March 3rd, 2019, a date that won't soon be forgotten in East Alabama and West Georgia. That's the day a series of tornadoes ravaged the valley, including one that killed 23 people in Beauregard. The damage extended into Smith Station and across the river as Talbot, Harris, and Muskogee counties all felt the effects of the storm. The 2-year anniversary of the March 3rd tornadoes marks a time where Lee County comes together as a community to honor the 23 men, women, and children who perished in the storm. WRBL News 3's Elizabeth White joins us live from Providence Baptist Church, where the community will gather tonight for a candlelight vigil. Elizabeth.
Well, good afternoon to you, Teresa. Really, Providence Baptist Church emerged as a beacon of hope for Lee County families shortly after the March 3rd tornadoes. This is where the permanent memorial to the 23 men, women, and children who were killed in the storm stands here. Earlier today, the community gathered in Opelika for a balloon release, and they listened as Sheriff Jay Jones read off the victims' names.
Lord, I ask that we, as a community, today remember those that lost their lives, Lord, and the families that continue with those scars. Lord, we ask that you just lift up prayers today to those families.
Together, Lee County families gathered and grieved the 23 souls lost on March 3rd, 2019.
23 men, women, and children. Though not standing beside us here, their spirit is with us. They always will be.
4 children were taken that day. Armando Hernandez, 6 years old. Jonathan Bowen, 9. Michaela Walden, 8 years old. And Taylor Thornton, 10.
Taylor, say hey.
Hi. Taylor's parents say the best way to honor their daughter is to love the Lord and others, as Taylor did.
Love your neighbor as you'd love yourself. Be kind to others. Taylor didn't meet a stranger, and just remember that it's easier to show compassion and love than it is to show anger.
The families wrote their lost loved one's name on a white balloon, then released it during this afternoon ceremony at the Opelika Square.
So it was about getting them together, letting them know as a community as a whole, we remember well.
Heartwarming to see what a wonderful community we have. People showing up, and they keep showing up.
We're not going to move beyond this moment, that it's a part of who we are and what we're about, and we're going to continue to be with these families and with our community with regards to recovery and restoration. But it definitely tugs at the heart. It's very, it's almost like fresh and new again, you know, the sense of sorrow and concern, especially looking at these families in their eyes and just knowing a little bit of what they're going through.
And of course, that was Brother Rusty with Providence Baptist Church. He will lead tonight's memorial service. It starts at 7 p.m. Central Time tonight. Again, it's happening here at the Permanent Memorial. We want to show you just some aerial video of the memorial and tell you a little bit about it. The names and images etched into the main layer of the stone monument. The second layer is dedicated to the first responders who saved lives that day. And then rising from the middle, just this beautiful cross reading Beauregard Strong, and really just the unity that the community felt during and after the storm represented in this permanent monument here at the church. Again, the community will gather for a candlelight vigil here tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time tonight, and we will be here and bring you the very latest. Teresa, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Elizabeth. To honor the lives lost on March 3rd, the city of Smith Station held a minute of silence this afternoon. Mayor Bubba Copeland invited the community to gather around the flag post at the Government Center campus. The ceremony started at 3:03 Eastern Time, the exact time the tornado tore through the area 2 years ago.
People still dealing with the scars, and you know, the landscape will never be the same, but you see the greenery starting to come back, and you see things. We're working towards being whole again, but it's important today to remember where we were 2 years ago.
Mayor Copeland was joined by several other community leaders from across the county. Now, who were the 23 people who lost their lives on that fateful day? Tonight we remember them, black, white, and brown. They were as young as 6 and as old as 89. These are the victims of March 3rd, 2019.
I'm now going to read the name of the victims from the storms of March 3rd. Jonathan Marquez Bowen, Vicki Braswell, Sheila Creech, David Dean, Marshall Lynn Grimes, Armando A.J. Hernandez, Emmanuel Jones, Jimmy Lee Jones, Mary Louise Jones, Mamie Roberts Kuhn, Irma Gomez Moran, Charlotte Ann Miller, Ryan Pence, Maggie Delight Robinson, Raymond Robinson Jr., Tricia Robinson, Eric Jamal Stinson, Floral Tate Stinson, Henry Lewis Stinson, James Henry Tate, Taylor Thornton, Michaela Walden, and Felicia Woodall.